Welcome everybody to What's Up Bolts. I'm Fernando Ramirez. That's sunglass don and hat wearing, Moe's drinking son of a gun.
Back at the
He's
bar,
Dan
baby.
and Daygo. Obviously, ugly game for the Chargers. They lose 20-17 to the Cowboys. They fall to 2-3, 2 games behind Kansas City now. Dan, just right off the bat, we got to get to it. I mean, 20 penalties accepted combined for both squads. It felt like, and Sebastian Joseph Day told us after the game, it felt like penalties were the biggest aspect of this. Like, and he didn't say about both sides. He said for us, like we killed ourselves by committing all these penalties. So just Dan, what's your first? What are your first thoughts about the game?
My first thoughts, just first and foremost, you could tell they're coming off a bye week, dude. They just did not look in sync. They didn't look clean. Herbert, I'm sure he's gonna look at the tape like he likes to say after games. He's gonna look at it and he's gonna kick himself in the ass because he's gonna wish he had some of those throws back, like the one to Keenan Allen. I think it was third down or something like that, and there was no one around him, just overthrew him. It's so unfortunate, but you could just tell they were coming off a bye week, dude. Some of these guys were still asleep. Just not a clean game. We had not seen, in all honesty, the offensive line be this bad like it was tonight. At least I don't remember seeing it like that in the past few weeks. I thought they handled themselves pretty well against Minnesota, and they like to blitz heavy and kind of go zero up top and everything else. I don't remember really seeing them get manhandled like this, like collapsing the pocket and everything else. Just not a good showing. Not a good showing up front. They got like in the Miami game. I don't remember seeing something like this. Of course, obviously, they just they got beat in the crucial moments, and that's how that game ended. Similar to this one, giving up a sack. Just you could tell. I honestly, like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if emotions were just running high because it was, Kellen Moore was facing his former coach and his former team and stuff like that. But it just did not look. It did not look good tonight. It did not look like it looked. I kid you not, a little bit more like last season, where it's like they might score on the first drive or score early, and then it kind of stalls out. Nothing really gets going and stuff like that. It just did not look good. Like, that did not look like Kellen Moore offense tonight. So they're gonna have
Yeah.
we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Now that this one's over, there's no more emotion moving forward. It's not like he's going to play another former team. So it just did not, like, there's no other words to say, Frau, without cursing or anything else. But it just did not look good tonight, dude. They did not look like they were ready.
Let's go now to Justin Herbert via Eric Williams about the 2 misses to Keenan Allen.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Keenan ran 2 great routes and I missed them, and so that's on me as quarterback. We have those explosive opportunities. We have to capitalize on those. It's a really good defense that we're going up against, and I can't miss those like that and expect to continue to get back on third down and get back on track on second down. So, tough opportunities. But we'll watch the film, be critical on ourselves, so we'll learn from it.
And that's just what it is, dude. That's just what it is. All you can do now is move forward. 2-3. I mean, obviously it's not where you want to be, but I mean, the season's not over. I don't think they've had a real complete game where you say, damn, they dominated, you know what I'm saying? Or damn, they did their job. You know what I mean? Because like we talked about before they even went into the bye week, the Raider game was the perfect game to have that one. They were dealing with a backup quarterback. I mean, not to put sugar on doo-doo, but the Raiders did not look good at all up to that point either. So it's like that was kind of the game to try and put it together and go on a high into the bye. But obviously, clearly they didn't do that. And then they came out of the bye, half asleep. And it showed tonight. That was not a good showing, I think, by either team. And the other one just got beat down by the 49ers the Sunday before. So I just think I don't know what it was. You just can't I think there's a difference, right, Frau? Losing by 3 points on like a hard, tough game. And there's a difference losing like that to losing to 3 points because you kind of played like ass and then just not doing the fundamental basic things of tackling an open field. And because that was that, I can't remember if that was the play where, or that was a drive where they scored the field goal to seal it. But you can't have simple basic things like that not
Which
go.
one? Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about where he was. I think Dak was rolling right. He slings it back across his body to, I think,
To
Tony Pollard, and Tony
Pollard.
Pollard was about to
Yeah.
get tackled, but homie loses his feet.
No,
Michael
that was at
Davis.
the end of the third quarter. That's the one where they scored the touchdown
That's where they scored
to
the touchdown. That's
Brandon
where they
Cooks.
scored the touchdown. Then either way, you can't have that, dude. Like that
You,
is just a backbreaker right there.
you know, it's funny. The Chargers got called for 2 illegal men downfield penalties during
Yeah.
the game, and I looked back right now when I got back up, and on that play, there's like 4 Cowboys offensive linemen all
Of
the way
course.
up the field.
Of
And
course.
but I'm not making an excuse for it. I just thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But
Well,
because
it's all
on
subjective
the first
anyway.
on the first drive, that one of those plays killed a Josh Palmer touchdown. Yeah, a Josh Palmer touchdown. It killed it on like the first drive of the game. I believe it was. Let me see. Yeah,
Either
it
way,
negated.
then
Yeah, it negated a touchdown. Yeah, illegal man downfield on Zion Johnson. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, but Dan, I mean, the other thing that I thought killed them too is third downs. I
Yep.
mean, at the beginning of the game, it was completely fine. They kind of had a cap on it, and as soon as a little bit of struggle, here we go. The first one was with 4:43 left in the first half. 3rd and 8. Dak Prescott to CD Lamb. A couple of plays later, they were able to get it under control. Then in the second half is really when it unraveled. Dan, there was a let me scroll down. Oh, here we go. On so on that play to Tony Pollard, it was 3rd and 11. The
Yep.
Chargers had just they had stopped Tony Pollard up the middle and over the left guard twice for -1 yard. And then 3rd and 11, Dak is almost sacked. He slips out of it, and he makes that pass to Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard hits 60 yards up the field. So that's 1/3 and 11. Then on that final drive that they had to kick the field goal, 3rd and 18, Dan.
Yeah.
Dak
That was a
Prescott
penalty, right?
scrambles. Yeah, he scrambles. Illegal contact by
Yeah.
Jazier Taylor, and then
Yeah.
also illegal contact by Michael Davis.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then
You
third and 6 on Dallas's 49 with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. Dak Prescott throws a CD Lamb for 18 yards. Then a couple plays later, 3:30 left in the game, 3rd and 9 on the Chargers 32. Brandon Cooks for 11 yards to get the first down. So that's really what cost them, Dan, is that the
Yeah.
defense, and that's what Derwin said after the game. The defense needs to put a cap, or we need to not give up so many penalties. We need to get off the field. We need to stop killing ourselves, or it's going to hurt us. And that's the thing, Dan, is that's really what's hurting this defense. And honestly, Dan, I didn't think the defense played all that bad. I mean, you held the Cowboys to 20 points.
And more importantly, you got the offense the ball back in the closing minutes with like 2 minutes left.
Exactly. So, I mean, but it was so funny because not funny, but you notice like, hey, Micah Parsons, yeah, he's been disruptive in the game, but he hadn't made an impact.
Yeah, no.
He makes it at the end of the game.
He sold Trey Pickens, sold him on speed, and then came back inside, dude.
Exactly. So here's what, again, via our good friend Eric Williams, this is what Derwin James had to say about the defense after the game.
You feel, Derwin, that some of the problems is self-inflicted wounds by the defense?
Definitely. We had 3rd and long opportunity, and then we got a holding penalty, and then just some stuff in the red zone in the first half that we just needed to clean up. But like I say, they made their plays, and we didn't make the right plays.
What do you guys need to do to get better and clean up those mistakes?
Focus in a little more and get off the field. 3rd and 18, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10. Those are the chances in the favor of the defense. So we got to just start winning those downs and not foul or whatever they're calling, we got to just be better overall.
You know what's another thing I don't understand also? I have, and you'll know this because this one's a fact that you've known for a while from. I hate the idea that like I hate the idea of a 10-yard what's it called? I feel like sometimes these corners give so much space like in their pre-snap alignments. And cushion. There you go. I was trying to think of the word. I don't know why they're giving 10-yard cushions, especially sometimes when it's third and short and they're standing like further than the sticks. It's like, dude, you're not that fast to close down that speed. Like, let's be real. I don't understand why they don't just kind of get more physical with these receivers, get in there and not give them so
That's
much
what's
space.
been happening.
Because that's in my mind probably been the biggest problem. I mean, obviously, I'm not in the building before the Stooge is trying to attack me in the comments. I don't have the iPads where I can see the plays from every angle.
I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody's brave enough to challenge you.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Some of the Stooges from Miami, I got to them a little bit though. I don't understand. Like, probably one of the biggest problems is that they're giving so much space, so it's not throwing off the timing of the routes, and that's why these guys are just coming open right off their breaks and everything else. And I mean, I might just be a sports stooge, but I mean, the whole point to disrupt, the whole point to really throw off quarterbacks' rhythm with their receivers and everything else, because they spend thousands of hours throwing together, is to disrupt the routes. Like, if you move a guy 2 or 3 inches off of his normal trajectory on a route, that could change the whole throw. That could change the whole development of the play. Like, I don't understand why they're not trying to get in there and be more physical, especially Michael Davis, because I'm always told that he's so fast and athletic and yada 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 in his length. Use his damn speed to your advantage, then get him in there to freaking throw off these routes. He's probably fast enough to recover. So I just don't understand the whole reason for some of this cushion. Like, they need to figure something out, because the DBs have been a problem all year. I don't even know I don't even have the stats in front of me. What were CD Lamb stats? Were they like Tyreek Hill and these other guys they've played, or
not as big as Tyreek Hill, but he did have a good game. 7 catches, 117 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Travel the length of the field. Yeah, they need to figure something out here.
Not just that, Dan. Look at this. So when he targeted CD Lamb or Brandon Cooks, he was 11 for 11 for 153 yards and 1 touchdown.
You know what's one thing I thought that was curious to me? I didn't understand why. Like, I think they were in the red zone, the Cowboys. It was the Brandon Cooks touchdown. They had a guy. Oh hell, I forgot the safety's name or whatever.
Dean Marlowe.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't understand personally, and this isn't a shot to him. I mean, credit to him. He made it to the NFL. He's on the field, and I'm not. But I don't understand why you wouldn't put more your more experienced guys on a vet like Brandon Cooks. Like, Brandon Cooks, say what you want about him, the guy's a vet. He has speed.
Yeah.
He understands how to work these DBs and everything else and get proper angles. So that's one thing I didn't understand right there a little bit. But
it's funny, on the third, was it 3rd and 18? No, the 3rd and 11. On the 3rd and 9, he went to Cooks, not that one. On the 3rd and 6, with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left, I told Eric, CD Lamb catches that pass for 11 yards. I told Eric I would put Derwin on CD Lamb right here, have him jam him up at the line and not let him get any separation. And that was more Brandon Staley year 1 and year 2, I thought. That's what he would do. He would have Derwin line up against the best player at the end of games and do stuff like that. And I don't know for what reason that didn't happen today, but Dan, just some other things but yeah, the defense struggled. The offense, like we said, struggled. Herbert was pressured over and over again.
The defense played better in this game, and we haven't been able to say that for a bit.
They had Micah Parsons had 3 hits on Herbert.
Jeez.
Armstrong had 1. So they hit Herbert 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Good God,
and not to mention the tackles that they had when Herbert would run for a first down or do something like that. So just not and I mean, and obviously Herbert said it. He missed some throws. The one to Keenan, he would have had one guy to beat, and Keenan's probably gone on that one. So just which one was that one where he missed Keenan? I think it was on the punt. Let's see. But yeah, Dan, it wasn't a good day at the office.
Not at all,
Um,
dude.
for either side of the football. Especially, I mean, the defense had some strong moments, but the offense just
Yeah.
and you know what I'm going to credit it to? This is how important Mike Williams is to this team. And I
I'm
know
thinking the same thing right now. Yeah.
fans in the past have ragged on him. They've said stuff, oh, he can't stay healthy, this, that. But when he's there, he is important. And this is how important it is. It's hard. I mean, he got some passes of Josh Palmer, but this felt like a game where Mike Williams would have dominated
Yeah.
his matchup.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to question what is going on with Quentin Johnson, Dan, because right here, this is Mike Florio. He tweets out
The
Quentin
doctor.
Johnson week 8. No, this is another one.
Oh.
48% of the snaps, 20 routes, 2 targets, 0 catches. He's the wide receiver 3, but they're not using many wide receiver 3 with 3 receiver sets, not generating any touches for him to run after the catch. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen at least anytime soon. Dan, this is a big worry that I think a lot of Charger fans are having, and I think a lot of people are having, because what's going on? Like, why are you not integrating him more into this offense? Is it really because he doesn't know the plays, he doesn't know what's going on, or is it because just coaching hasn't been there, or what? Like, get the man, and I know you hate these, get the man a screen pass at least, and at least let him.
Oh my goodness. No
Okay.
screen passes, no more.
Okay, well,
Run him on a slant, not on a curl after tonight, dude. Not on a curl after tonight.
Do something though to get the guy going. I mean, I just don't understand why they're not getting him going. What's going on? Like, I just don't. It's beyond me, to be honest. I just don't understand why they're not. Why it just hasn't been clicking for him, and I honestly, Dan, I just don't get it. I mean, you could tell the kid has talent, he has speed. So what is it? I mean, and I think that's going to be my job this week, Dan, is to get to the bottom of it. Like, why?
Good. You
is
should.
it not working?
You should.
Why is it not working? Why are they not integrating him into the offense? Like, is it because I mean, Dan, and you pointed it out before we jumped on here. You said, hey, with Melvin Gordon, with Mike Williams, it took a little bit to get them going. I mean, it took their first season. But the thing is, here, the Chargers don't have a luxury like in the past or anything like that. Like, back then, the Chargers had a veteran quarterback in Phillip Rivers. They had Hunter Henry, Antonio Gates. They had some pieces that could pick it up for and wait for that. Here, they don't have that. They have Keenan Allen, a little bit of a space. Austin Eckler,
he didn't even look good tonight either.
No, and he said it. He said he did not look good. He admitted it. He said, I needed to do a better job.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job. So he admitted it after the game. But Dan, just all around, just not a good game for these guys. And I understand the frustration and everything from Charger fans. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just, you've dropped you've dropped 3 big games. I mean, you potentially could be right now sitting at 5-0. And that's what I had said before the season. They needed to start off fast. They have not started off fast.
Yeah,
now
because
Kansas City has a Go ahead.
No. You go. I was just gonna say, because it's gonna get a lot harder pretty soon, dude.
Exactly. Kansas City has a big lead on you now. I know everybody's like, oh, it's only 2 games.
They'll
2-game lead is pretty big.
Division. We all know that. Damn bastards. Especially with the Swifties all over for now. They're not going anywhere.
Whose fault is it that the Chiefs might win the division?
Yeah, it's Taylor Swift's fault. All those cult fanatics.
No, who picked them before the season?
Oh yeah, Hilberto. That's why. Freaking Hilberto.
Who
picks? Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Let me clear the throat for the listener. You might want to turn the volume down a little bit. That's huge. That scumbag Hilberto picks the freaking Chargers to win the division, and look what happens. They're freaking over here limping to 2-3. It's unbelievable, dude. It's unbelievable.
Brandon Staley also said that they didn't run the football nearly as well enough, Dan.
Careful, Brown. Careful. That was the split that happened between Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore. We might see it 2.0. Run the damn ball, Kellen. Stop trying to throw the damn thing. Did you see the quote? I was laughing today because I saw some of the quotes, or I can't remember if it was in your article, where he's like,
It was
when
in
you're
my
an
article.
offensive coordinator, you want to run up 100 points. I don't care if we score 100 points. I don't care if we're into the number one offense. I thought that was comical at that point. Shout out, read his article, by the way, Sporting Tribune. It was a really good one.
They did that run again with Gerald Everett, Dan, at the beginning of the game, and
I couldn't believe that. Like, why are you running to it? Where's the Davis? What's his first? Darius Davis. Where's
Darius
Davis? Damn it.
Austin Eckler, 14 carries, 27 yards. Justin Herbert, 6 carries, 20. Isaiah Spiller, 1 carry, 2 yards. Josh Kelly, 1 carry, 2 yards.
1 carry. By the way, thank you for bringing up Isaiah Spiller and Josh Kelly. For all those who think I'm a scumbag or a stooge or whatever and think I'm wrong because I say RB2 is needed, who's a complete different body set to Austin Eckler, just look at the play. I think it was they tried to run it up the middle when they were in the red zone with him. He literally gets picked up like a child, dude. Like no fault of his own. It's just the size, dude. Like you when you're trying to pound it in there and punish defenses, you need a freaking Melvin Gordon type. You need a freaking Derrick Henry type. You need something like that. Like I don't know what
You're
is
a Neanderthal.
going on. What?
You're a caveman.
I am. I'm a Neanderthal. Get me a fullback. Get me a big running back. I'll run power every single time. I have no problem. Power, counter, trap, inside zone. Power, counter, trap, inside zone. I have no problem with it. But I don't know. But this is exactly why I keep saying either give Isaiah Spiller or Joshua Kelly or whoever you think is the guy reps or cut him and move on and find somebody else. Like, I don't know. Sorry, wave. We can't say cut anymore, Frau. I can't. I just don't understand the logic between just having bodies to have bodies. This is the National Football League, dude. You could call 100,000 people to come be RB2, and you'll get 100,000 people at the facility. Like, I don't understand really where the disconnect is, where it's like we don't understand that. It's like you can find other people because clearly the ones they have aren't working. So I don't understand what they're waiting for or what the thought process is, but I don't see the point in just keeping guys there to keep a shoulder pad and helmet warm or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's just me. But they need to figure this out, dude. This has been a problem since Melvin Gordon left.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. And I mean, yeah, they need a jump start. I don't know. I just 2-3, I get you're 2-3, but it's not without. And without Mike Williams, it just feels really it feels
they're
really
going to Keenan.
different. I mean,
that's the problem. They're going to Keenan. They're going to try to get Keenan open. They're going to
next
try and
week
throw.
Keenan against the Chiefs, Keenan is going to get a lot of attention.
And they have a good front 7 too, or front 6 or whatever.
And they're adding Frank Clark.
Exactly. They're adding Frank Clark, who's used to seeing these Charger teams. And in Kansas City, it's tough to play in because it's such a insane atmosphere and everything else. They get juiced. And let me tell you something, just real quick. Taylor Swift's ass is going to be at the game.
I don't think so.
And they're going to try and keep the Swifties on the bandwagon train of the Chiefs winning and everything else. So you have everything working against you this week. So you have got to come up with the last thing I want to say before we
Dan, on Sunday she'll be in Miami.
That's what they want you to believe. She has
a concert.
She's gonna say, the concert's at 8 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. The game's at 1.
It's at 7 p.m.
She'll make it. What's it?
She won't.
Kansas City to Miami. How far is that flight?
Well, from here to there, it's 5 hours, so it's about a 3-hour flight.
They have some opener.
There's no way she has to do. She has to do. I can't believe we're disputing.
All right, Frau, here we go. This is how we're gonna waste more time on it. Roger Goodell will get a freaking double to go up there and lip sync like Britney Spears and get her ass to the game. I don't know what to tell you. The Swifties are coming out to Arrowhead, dude, with misspelled Kelsey on the back of their jersey.
All right, Dan. Enough talk about enough of the dilly dally, Dan and Daygo. Let's get back to business.
Exactly. Good God.
You got anything?
One thing I wanted to say is like I think this is another thing, and I've had a problem with this with coordinators past. Like, there was still, I think, like 1 minute and 50 seconds or 2 minutes or close to 2 minutes on the clock, starting from like the 20 or the 25. I think it was a touchback. At some point, you have to KYP, and that means know your personnel for offensive coordinators and play callers. I don't understand why. Like, if Herbert's been getting so much pressure and the pocket's been collapsing, why are you not trying to just throw quick passes? Like, get people rubbing together, get people picking each other, whatever you want, whatever route concepts you want to run. But get the ball out faster. Like, get the ball out faster or have maximum protection. I don't know which one you want to pick and do, because that's two games that's 2 games that's happened this season where the offensive line just crumbles because the Chargers are trying to go for like a 5-step drop when it just hasn't been there. It just hasn't been there, and that's cost them at least twice. So at some point you got to KYP, dude. Know your personnel and just keep the ball moving.
So
Yeah,
Lance Bass from Backstreet Boys, he had this sign that said, "Not Taylor Swift." I thought that was hilarious, Dan.
Yeah, I bet. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You think he was a Charger fan? Highly doubt it.
Yeah, I think this is actually the 4th or 5th game he's been here. So,
oh, really? So the blue hair and the blue shirt is just supposed to
I think I know, and honestly, I think he might be. Like, he's been here a couple of times, so I think
it's
he
a
might
nice
be.
stadium.
But
I guess I don't blame him.
yeah, I know. Dan, before we head out, just wanted to show you this. I think it'll fire you up, and I know it's late, and I shouldn't be firing you up, and everybody at home will be mad at me. But watch this.
You're not going to be taken care of. You're not going to be looked after. You're not going to have the luxuries of all this. And you're going to have to go out there and get it on your own and work your butt off. Because ain't nobody going to give you nothing. I don't understand. I don't think you understand what this world consists of. What we just did today was pathetic. All the love that you received, all the love we received, you getting ready to see that flip. And don't get beside yourself on social media and start responding to the foolishness, because they're right. They're right. And we're practicing tomorrow.
That's right. You know what? This is the type of accountant, like, people can say he's old school or he's flash or whatever you want, but this is the type of old school mentality that it takes, dude. Like, I don't think a lot of kids these days understand that. I don't think a lot of people understand really how much it takes to be great. And I freaking I love Coach Prime. You bet your ass I'm rooting for Colorado every Saturday, dude. I think in all honesty, some hard conversations need to start happening in the building, because the product they've been putting out on the field is not enough, dude.
The Chargers. You're putting this to the Chargers?
Clearly.
Yeah.
They need to have Coach Prime in there to give them a little motivational speech or something, because there needs to be more accountability in this building, I think. Besides, I'm not trying to zero in or anything like that, but the Michael Davis stuff, still has not been consistent.
Brandon Staley's defense.
Brandon Staley's defense has not been consistent. Trey Pipkins has looked better. This was, I think, probably one of his worst games so far. The receiving core needs to step up. Like, the receiving core, the running back room, and Herbert's not immune. He said already he had, before everybody wants to say I put a shield around him or whatever, which I do, because I don't think people understand really the type of adversity he's had to deal with, especially comparing him to other quarterbacks. But in all honesty, if I see people again trying to get in these comments about, Herbo's not clutch and Herbo's this and Herbo that, trade his ass then. Trade him. Someone will freaking take him, and he'll show what he can do. If he's the problem and you think so much, start Easton Stick and we'll see how that works out, dude. Herbo is the freaking man. He's the young GOAT. He refuses to come off the field. I don't know how much the finger's affecting him, but he wasn't immune today. He had some off throws, and really there needs to be some more, I think. I don't want to say player leadership, because obviously I'm not in the building. I don't know, but there needs to be more leadership in this building, I think, because having silly, stupid mental errors like penalties and holdings is inexcusable, especially at the National Football League, where every week's a championship game because they matter that much more. It's
Yeah.
inexcusable, dude. It's inexcusable. You need a freak, especially like if some of these guys were rookies or first year guys, you'd understand it. Michael Davis is a freaking, what is he? Is he in his 5th year or whatever?
Oh, I think he's been here since
Longer?
2017. 2017.
Good God, how long is that? Like 6? I'm not a math guy. I'm not a math wizard.
Hold on, let me look for you.
The whole point,
1,
there needs to be
2,
more.
3,
There needs to be
4,
more
5,
accountability.
6, 7 years.
7-year, a 7-year vet committing penalties on 3rd and 15. Like, what are we doing, dude? There needs to be, I think, more leadership in this building. And another thing is, I think sometimes too, they need to work more towards the players they have than whatever system they're dreaming of. I keep saying that. So I think the difference between good coaches and great coaches, they'll make it work with whoever's on the field.
I feel you.
That's
no, and
right there.
I couldn't have said it better myself. We appreciate you guys so much for checking this out. Thursday, the preview will come out with Kansas City. Hopefully, we'll be able to get view report. It's a short week, so make sure you guys are staying tuned. I know it's a tough one. I know the Chargers lost 20-17. I know that's tough, but the season continues now. Like Sebastian Joseph Day told us, it's on to Kansas City, so that's where their focus is, and we'll see how that goes. But we appreciate you guys so much for checking us out. Don't forget to be a compa, tell your compas about what Compas on the Beat is doing. We appreciate you guys so much, and have a good rest of your week. Thank you guys so much. And
that's one thing for sure. Don't let this determine your week. It's a great week to have a great freaking week, dude. Love you guys. Everybody be safe out there with all these crazies, and have a great rest of your week, dude.
Yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.